talks. Everybody enjoyed the weekend so far? The two of you first time here, right? Okay, thank you. If you have this is your first time meditation, okay, after class I will show some basic of meditation. So tonight we will study on the the Sutra, the 42 section, right? We are on section 9. So I guess today is too hot. People are staying home, right? So we will study on the Sutra of the 42 section, on section 9, spoken by the Awakened One. So Marcus, can you read section 9 for us?
Sure. By returning to the source, you find the way. The Buddha said, deep learning and a love of the way make the way difficult to attain. When you guard your mind and revere the way is truly great.
Okay. This is a very simple teaching by the Awakened One. The first sentence says, deep learning and love of the way make the way difficult to attain. What does that mean? If you deep learning and love the way, make the way difficult to attain. But the second sentence is saying, when you call your mind, revert the way is truly great. Actually, this deep meaning, deep learning and love the ways is one thing. Just like you learn the Dharma, you deep learning and you love the Dharma. But here you don't put into practice, then you don't attain nothing, right? So in general, first we have the three things. We have two types of wisdom. The first one, what we call the learning wisdom. Whatever you read, you learn from the lecture, from the teacher, from the master, you read from the text, you just learn it. That's called wisdom, learning wisdom, right? But you have to uncover your unlearned wisdom. That's the second type of wisdom we call unlearned wisdom. This wisdom we don't need to learn, right? So even though you respect the teaching of the Buddha, you know, you deep learning, but you don't put into practice, then useless, right? It's like if you go to a doctor, you have a headache, the doctor say, oh, you have to drink this medicine, he prescribe you the prescription. And you go home and you just read, and you just look at the prescription. You don't go to the pharmacy or the place to get a drug and drink, right? So here the Buddha says the same thing. It's like when we learn, we listen, but we don't apply to our daily life. So the second sentence that you have to guard your minds and revert the ways, mean the way is the path, right? So it's very essential for us to practice rather than learning and get knowledge and then go show off, right? So that will not help you. That's why one of the Buddha disciples, Ananda, during the Buddha time, he able to remember all the Buddha teaching, but he forgot to practice. That's why he had a lot of problem with women, right? A lot of difficult things. So that's why when the Buddha passed away, the Ananda crying. He said that, oh, I close to you, Buddha, and I always learning, but I forgot to practice, put into practice. So the Dharma, the teaching, is not to learn to get knowledge, but to learn to get knowledge and then put into apply to your life. So that is the essential, the Buddha teaching, the awakened teaching is help you to apply your daily life. So we have three things. First, we have to learn. Second, we have to contemplation, analyze, right? The third, you have to put into practice, right? Just like you go to learn to cook some good food, right? You just understand the ingredient, you just know the ingredient, but you never cook. Even though you cook, but you don't eat, right? So the main thing is what? After you cook the meals, you have to what? To eat, right? So the Buddha said the same thing. When you learn and then put into practice, and you have to realize the way, realize the enlightenment. So here he talk about when we have to guard our mind. So every day we have to guard our mind. No greed, no angry, no frustration, right? Stress. So we have to look deeply to our mind. So for a true practitioner, they always use the path to guard their mind. If any angry, any frustrated in my mind, I should look deeply into it, right? And to analyze and to transform all my behavior, greed, angry, delusion, whatever you have in your mind, you just transform. So even though you able to take a test and you all know all the teaching, right? Remember all the teaching, but you don't put into practice, then useless. So one of the master in Vietnam say, if you learn and you just put right here, you're like a librarian, right? You just store all the book in there. But if you learn, you practice, you don't learn. It's like what? Yeah, a blind person cannot see, right? So there's two different ways. You have to learn, put into practice. That's the true teaching. But if you learn, you just store your knowledge right there, then useless. Just like a librarian, right? Librarian, there's a lot of books, a lot of knowledge there. But if you don't learn, if you practice and you don't learn, you walk in the wrong path, right? Because sometimes you want to practice but you don't learn, you might be on the wrong path. You don't know, right? So first we have to learn, understand the path, whatever path you choose, and then put into practice. So we can analyze that we have two types of wisdom that we call learning wisdom, right? And the unlearning wisdom. So the main thing is for a practitioner, they have to go back to the unlearning wisdom. The wisdom don't need to learn. That's what we call awakened mind. The mind don't need to learn. For example, when you eat, do you learn you have to eat? Or when you're smiling, do you learn to be smiling? No, right? That's called unlearning knowledge. It's automatically come from within yourself. That's why we call inner awakening. So if you are learn to smile, smiling doesn't mean artificial smiling. That's not serious true smiling. But sometimes we call species smiling, right? But the smiling from your true heart, true nature is come automatic. People can feel that smiling. But when you fake smiling, people can tell, right? So that is the teaching for unlearning wisdom. The unlearning wisdom is the way we sleep, the way we eat, the way we walk. We do all the things without learning, right? It's automatic. So just like when you're hungry, do you learn to be hungry? Or you just hungry and it's automatic, right? That's called unlearning wisdom. So our basic practice is go back to that unlearning stuff. Just like a baby, right? If you like a baby, everything is fine. But when you get older, you get a lot of knowledge and then you will get a lot of stress. You see that? So our practice is go back to our basic thing, everyday life. We have to learn to, we go shower, when we're hot, we know it's hot. When cold, we know cold. When it's fun, we know it's fun. When the food's tasty, we are tasty, right? We know tasty. So go back to your original nature of everything life, right? So that's why he say we have to love the way, refer to cultivator who know the ways really excellent, and then put into practice. And then you have to go, every day you have to go your mind. We have to look deeply how our minds work. For us, we have to go our minds like every second, every minute. Just like when we're eating, we have a greed from food, right? We have to stop right away. When we see an object, we see beautiful. If we are attached to it, then we go away, right? So every day we use 6 and 9 ears, nose, and body, mind. We have to be careful. We have to guard each senses, because all the 6 senses will attach the object outside, right? And generally, if we don't guard our minds, we can get angry easily, we get upset easily, we get stressed, fear, anxiety easily. So every day we have to guard our mind. So meditation helps you to guard your mind clearly, every minute. So that's why when we meditate, we guard our mind. Every thought arise, any thought arise in your mind, you know, aware of it. Try to let it go, right? If you are not got your mind, then suddenly you just fall to sleep, right? This means you are not got your mind. You just relax and then suddenly what? You bow to the Buddha, or you bow to the people around you, right? So here, every day, every meditation, every meditate section, we look deeply into our mind and see how our minds work, right? How it's manipulate our true awakening. God here is called your monkey mind. Any thought arises in your mind, aware of it, and try to let it go. Don't hang on it, right? So God your mind is very essential for our practice. And revert the way is truly great. So when you're able to respect the way, the path, whatever path you choose, you have to respect that path. If you seriously respect that path, then that path will lead you to enlightenment. But if you don't respect your path, then it's very difficult. Sometimes we go to that path, but we don't trust that path. Then it's for us, it's hard to get enlightenment, right? So you choose whatever path you choose, and respect sincerely, and follow that step, and we'll go. Just like college student, if they like that major, whatever major they like, just continue doing, working hard, they will achieve. In general, people just not seriously, they just pick that major, and they go halfway, and then they say, "Oh, I give up. I go try a different major." Right? So we always change our mind. So here we practice, we don't change the path. Choose whatever path right for you. Continue for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years to see if there's a result. If there's no result, change the path. If there's result, if you feel peace, calm, less anxiety, fear, then follow the path, right? So whatever path you choose the right, and then continue to do it. Patient, diligent, practice every day and night. So first we have to choose the right path. Whatever path you choose, have to be fit with yourself, right? Okay, this is very simple section, talk about how to go our mind and how to respect our path and to deep learning and love the way. And sometimes we love the teaching, but we don't practice. Then that love teaching will cover our awakened nature. So in generally in Zen tradition, first we have to learn everything, all the method, and then we have a time for ourselves to practice. So we have to let go of our learning. We don't hang on our learning. When we have a time for self-seclude retreat, probably 49 days, 3 months, half a year, self-seclude retreat, means we have to let go of all our learning, wisdom. And then we go back to our unlearned wisdom, right? So all your learning, we have to let go of, don't hang on it. Because the learned wisdom will cover your true nature, right? Your true awakening. So that's why everything we learn, we have to let go of. We don't hang on it. It's like you meditation and you think about learning all those stuff. Remember all those stuff, it will disturb your awakened nature. So during meditation, let everything go. Don't hang on it. This is deep meditation, meditator, right? Okay, we're on section 10. Michael, can you read the next one?
Joyful charity brings blessings. The Buddha said, when you see someone who is practicing giving, aid him joyfully, and you will obtain vast and great blessings. The Shramana asked, is there an end to those blessings? The Buddha said, consider the flame of a single torch. Though hundreds and thousands of people come to light their own torches from it, so that they can cook their food and ward off darkness, the first torch remains the same. Blessings too are like this.
Okay, so this section we talk about charity or giving, and without jealousy, just like when a person who practice giving, and if he or she giving, that is considered merit and virtue, right? So we have two types of giving. The first we call inner giving, right? And that is outer giving. So with the first giving is the wealth. We have three types. We give all the material, right? The inner giving is sometimes we donate blood, donate our body, right? Liver, cell, whatever in your body. When you pass away, you donate, you giving, right? The second is outer is your wealth, money, clothes, whatever you have, fortune, food, all those things with your donation. So we have inner wealth and outer wealth, mean donate, giving. So this is the first giving, we call the giving of wealth. The second is the giving of the Dharma, the teaching, right? So if you are able to understand the teaching, some people are suffering, you come and help them, right? People are suffering in the hospital, people are suffering in fear, people are suffering complicated, stressed out. So you come and give them a lecture, give them some teaching, or you give them some advice, right? So that we call the second giving, the giving of the Dharma, the teaching. The third giving is the highest giving, is the giving of non-fear, courage. Just like if that person always have fear of something, you have to be fear. You have to release their fear. Just like that person's afraid of mouse or snake, you help them to release that fear of mouse or snake or whatever. That's mean giving up non-fear, right? So this is the highest giving. So we have three types of giving of wealth, giving of Dharma, and giving of non-fear, courage, right? Give them a courage. So that's the Buddha giving. And the second say, one of Saranama is like usually Buddhist monk or nun. When you give it, if somebody joys, happy, is your merit and virtue will disappear? It's no, right? It's just like when you give in material, people around you, they are joy, they're happy, I mean you are sharing their merit and virtue. But your merit and virtue will not disappear. But if you give in and some people around you, they are jealous, they get angry, they frustrate, they have less merit, right? So here the Buddha said that if you give in someone some stuff, or people give in doing nice stuff, you feel joy, you feel happy, then your merit and virtue are you and that person are the same. Just like a torch. A torch, when you bring a torch over a candle, right? And that person have a candle, what you call more like you light that candle, right? Is it the light over here and the light over here is the same or different? They are same, right? Even 1,000 or 100,000 of torch come light up, it's all the same. So whenever we practice giving, people around us feel joyous and happy that we all have the same merit and virtue. If the person around us with jealous, anxiety, fear, or what we call jealousy, so that person who jealous, the merit and virtue will not have it, right? Or you see other people have doing good things and you get jealous, right? Then your merit and virtue will lost. But if you see that person doing good thing, you feel joy, happy, then you and that person are the same, have the same merit and virtue, right? Why is that? Because that person giving means he releases greedy. But when you feel joy and happiness, you release your jealousy. That's why you are same merit and virtue. You see that? So here our practice is see other people beautiful, other people joy, we joy with them. Right? We don't get jealous. Whoever gets jealous means they lost their merit and virtue. Just like you have two best friends, you are ugly, you're not so ugly, but your friends so beautiful. And all your friends have all the people hanging around and you get jealous. I mean what? You lost your merit and virtue. But you're happy, you joy for her or him, then what? Your merit and virtue with her are the same, or him the same. You see that? So here our practice is not to get jealous of other people, but to joy and encourage them, right? to share the merit and virtue, right? So if you're jealous with your wife or your husband, your children, then means you lost your merit and virtue. If you joy with him, you're happy with him, then your merit and virtue are the same. So this is our practice, right? So that's like a torch. That one torch don't have light, and the other torch have light. They come and light the torch. They are the same. So the more torch become, the more brighter, right? So here the Buddha teaches us not to be jealous, always joyful. People around you, give charity, bring blessing to other people. So sometimes as a human being, we have some kind of jealousy in our heart, right? Oh, I see that person do good, I don't do any good, then you get jealous and then you become causing problem. So if you cause problem, then your merit and virtue will disappear. But if you see that person doing goodness, you feel joy and happy, then your merit and virtue will have like them. You say that. So that's a very simple practice. But as a human being, we don't want no one above us. We always want, we are the number one, right? We would like everyone to like us. Right, you see that? So that is get rid of our jealousy, our greed, all that stuff. So this is two sections, it's very simple, right? Very simple to learn, but it's hard to practice. When you get in that situation, it's very hard, right? You can tell your mind. That's what the Buddha said, you have to call your mind every day and night and just see if you have anger, you have jealous, you have all this stuff in your mind, try to let it go. Because all this stuff will cause you to be suffering not in this life, but continuing next life. Right? So that's why we call the bad seed, angry, frustrated, jealousy, delusion, all that stuff. So a practitioner have to look deeply into your mind and try to wash all the dirty stuff inside your mind. So we will stop here. It's very simple tonight. Two sections. Do you have any question, comment about the two sections? Any question? So next week we will see the slides of Columbia Meditation Retreat. And to remind you that on the June 30, we have a picnic, right? This Saturday, next Saturday is a sign up here. We have a picnic meditation in Anderson Island. Yeah, we will give you the address. We will meet there Saturday, June the 30th, 8. I think we have to go 8 around there, until 4:30. We do picnic, we do walking meditation, we do sitting, we enjoy the beach, and only for one-day classes. Right? Okay, anybody? Yes, Dr.
Are you saying that Ananda could remember and repeat the Buddha's sayings, but sometimes didn't put them into practice?
Yes, during his as an attendant, yeah. But when he got enlightenment, he realized that learning is not important. The important is to practice.
And did Ananda achieve enlightenment?
Yes, after the Buddha passed away, he achieved enlightenment. But during the Buddha living, he's not enlightenment, fully enlightenment. But after the Buddha passed away, he's what we call, he get mad, he agitate himself. Because the Buddha's already passed away, he has not achieved enlightenment yet. So he tries hard and then he got enlightenment. So Ananda, after Buddha passed away, he got enlightenment. But during the Buddha time, he had enlightenment, but not very deep enlightenment. He just spent time learning and remembering. Just remind us that learning, remember is important, but not important practice.
And what kind of problems did he have? You said there were some problems.
Because he's handsome, he's beautiful, and a lot of women chase to him. So We have a lot of problem with women because his voice, his compassion. You can read the Surangama Sutra, talk about his more detail. Okay. Do you know his problem now? I think when you are young, you have the same thing as him.
Say that again?
When you are young, you have the same problem with him. Many girlfriend and then get a fight and all those things.
Terms of being too handsome? I don't know about that part.
Okay. Anybody else? In general, when we are young, we have no problem, right? We have many girls or many boys we choose around, and then some people we like, they don't like us, we get painful, and some people we like, they don't like us, and painful, and some people we don't like, they like us, and it's cause painful, right? It's around, it's like high school students, usually like that. Yeah, usually high school student or during college or something. Very difficult. Okay. Any more question, comment? Because that's life, right? We have that situation dealing with people around us. People like with, people don't like. People we like, they don't like us, and we're suffering. People we don't like, but they like us, still suffering. They always chasing us, but we don't like them. That's suffering too. Do you in high school? Do you have that kind of problem? Just like you don't like that girl, and that girl always chasing you, or boy, or whatever. We have all this problem. Right? Even though you are doing your marriage, the same thing. Right? So sometimes your wife don't trust you. You go by yourself, and then your wife see a picture with you with some girl, and then become jealous inside of mind. You say, "Who's that?" And we have that problem too. So we have to look deeply to our mind. So that jealousy is always here, even though we practice that still. That's why we try to convert, to see the nature of it. Okay, anybody have another question? Yes, go ahead.
In general, does emotion lead you away from the way?
Emotion,
Like jealousy, love, and just those are general emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Is emotion in general a bad way to attain the way?
I think it depends. Sometimes emotion is good, and sometimes it's not good. As long as you know how to use it. It's like emotion. It's like when we watch a movie and we have emotion. That's nature. That's natural as a human. But we're able to control it and manipulate it. Then it's good. But if you cannot control your emotion, then you're trapped in your emotion. That's when we suffering. But as a human, we all have emotion. Right? That's nature. That's natural. If we don't have no emotion, then we are like tree or rock, other stuff. Right? So as a human, we have an emotion, but we have to manipulate. We have to use the right situation. Right? Just like us, we have attachment, but we know we have attachment, and we have to let go. We don't hang on it. So emotion is part of human life. Every human or every sentient being, animals, they have emotion too. Right? Hungry ghosts or have emotion. Emotion can be good and bad, right? Depends how you manipulate, how you use them. Okay, next question. No question? Các name, no question?
I actually do have a question.
Can you say loud?
I have a question.
Okay.
If you're feeling, if you aid somebody while they're like practicing to give,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you're happy to do it at first, and then you start becoming jealous,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're happy again, and then you're jealous, and then so on. will you receive blessings throughout that process?
It depends how happy. Is it true happy or fake happy? Because you are happy and then you do again and again, that actually is not true happy. The true happy, you see that person do it, you happy. Like probably you have 50% mirror virtue, not 100. Because you off and on. Right? So that's why we practice to be true happiness, true joyful. If you have this, have that, you actually is not. So that's a good question. So the benefit is that when we see other people giving joyful, we feel giving joyful too. Then our moral virtue will be the same. Right? If we feel jealousy, we feel angry, we feel frustrated, then we go down. We lost all our moral virtue. So we don't want to lose our moral virtue, right? We want to build up, higher up. Because sometimes when you build something up, it's very difficult. When you lost everything, it's very easy. Just like you spend all your life, you working and make all this money. Then just like you go casino and put one thing, then the whole thing's lost. You say that. You spend your whole life building your virtue. So you get one jealousy or get one hatred, you can lose everything. Okay. Okay.
Is that the same with like enlightenment? Like if you kind of like have jealousy or hatred, will you have to like start back up again to the path to enlightenment?
It depends on how enlightenment you are. If you are truly enlightenment, you don't go back. Because your enlightenment is all your sea of illusions is already gone. You don't go back. But you have enlightenment, you are sometimes enlightenment, you are not enlightenment. That's what we call fake enlightenment. Actually not true enlightenment. Like when you sleep and then suddenly somebody makes sound, you wake up and then you go back to sleep. And then you sleep and then somebody makes sound, you wake up and you go back to sleep. You see that? But here, your enlightenment, you already wake up. They make one sound, you already wake up. You don't go back to sleep anymore. Yes, go ahead.
Well, I had a comment about the emotions, because sometimes people, Westerners, we ask the question and the word emotion is very broad, and so the answer that we get makes some people think that in Buddhism you have to be totally detached, no feelings, no emotions. But when I was studying Chinese, they divide emotions into two things. Maybe in Vietnamese too. You have
Yes.
gan qing and qing xu. So gan qing is like a feeling that you can control. You love someone, you shine the light of your love on them. Or maybe someone does something that is morally wrong and you shine like, this is wrong. But qing xu is like it's like a thing that controls you. Anger, jealousy. Maybe you're super happy because you've got something, but then when you lose it, you're upset. It's like a wind is blowing inside of you back and forth. So you want to eliminate that, but the feeling, as long as it's coming from the true good place inside you, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's my understanding, and it might help, because sometimes people, they come away from Buddhism and say, oh, I don't like it because they're saying that you cannot have any emotion. Emotion is such a broad term, it's confusing.
You're genuine feeling of.
And coming from a place of wisdom,
Yeah.
and in accordance with the Dharma and everything else.
So like the term love is the same thing. It's like true love and selfish love. It's like emotions like that.
Yeah.
So it depends on.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any more question? No question? Okay. We'll recite it in the house and we'll let you go. peaceful flows everywhere, enrich everyone, so that all of us and all living beings